Have you ever wondered what makes us conscious, what differentiates a living, thinking human being from an inanimate object? Now, picture a bustling city. Each building, road and person carries the representation of a neuron or a group of neurons and their connections within our brain. This city, teeming with life and activity, is a mirror to the ceaseless interactions and connections within our minds. This brings us to the Integrated Information Theory, or IIT, of consciousness. This fascinating theory, proposed by Giulio Tononi in 2004, explains consciousness as an intricate tapestry of information, woven together through physical, not just functional, integration. The magic of this theory lies in its ability to mathematically measure consciousness, using what we call the phi metric. Let's delve a bit deeper, using our city analogy. Think of information as the myriad activities within our city, the conversations, the transactions, the events, and more. Now, the concept of integration is how these activities are interconnected, how they influence each other. In a highly integrated city, an event in one part, say a power outage, has a significant ripple effect on other parts. This is akin to the brain, where consciousness springs from this highly integrated information. Theory suggests that various brain processes and regions are deeply interconnected, constantly influencing each other. Just as the overall character and functionality of a city can't be understood by isolating a single building or street, consciousness is not confined to a single neuron or brain region. It's the result of a complex network of interactions. But it's not just about having a multitude of connections, like a city with numerous roads and bridges. It's about how these connections integrate information. A city with well-designed infrastructure where everything works in harmony is much like a conscious mind, where information is not just exchanged, but synthesized into a unified experience. So, just as a city thrives on its intricate web of activities, our consciousness too arises from this integrated information. It's a bustling city of consciousness, a dynamic, interconnected system that's always alive, always awake. So, consciousness is about how well many existing and working connections integrate information. Think of a city with a well-designed infrastructure. It's not about the number of roads, bridges or buildings, but how well all these elements work together, in harmony. A city isn't efficient just because it has many roads, but because the roads are working and carry a smooth traffic flow, connecting different parts of the city seamlessly. Similarly, consciousness isn't about the sheer number of neurons or synapses, but how well these components work together and integrate information. This is how the integrated information theory solves the issue. It posits that consciousness arises from the heavily integrated brain processes that are deeply interconnected across different regions and influence each other. Just as a city's infrastructure allows for efficient communication and coordination, the brain's infrastructure enables the synthesis of diverse information into a unified conscious experience. It's not just the exchange of information, but the amalgamation of it that brings about consciousness. But how do we know if a mind is conscious, or to what degree? Here's where IIT gets really fascinating. It suggests that we can actually measure consciousness. Yes, you heard it right. Much like we can assess a city's functionality through data and metrics such as traffic flow, pollution levels, or public satisfaction, IIT proposes a mathematical framework to measure the level of integrated information in the brain. This measure, known as the phi metric, could potentially indicate the presence and degree of consciousness. Imagine that. Being able to quantify something as abstract and elusive as consciousness, it's like having a city efficiency score, but for your mind. This perspective opens up new possibilities for understanding consciousness, and could even have profound implications for fields like artificial intelligence and neurology. Just as we can measure a city's efficiency, the IIT proposes that we can also measure consciousness. This approach to consciousness, viewing it as an integrated information network and even suggesting its quantification, is what makes the integrated information theory a groundbreaking and captivating perspective in the realm of consciousness studies. Yet there's something more to consciousness than mere integration and measurement. You see, integrated information theory introduces an intriguing concept known as the exclusion principle. This principle emphasizes the distinctiveness of each conscious experience. Just like every city, Each conscious moment has its own flavor, its own rhythm, its own unique blend of sights, sounds and sensations. Imagine stepping into different cities around the world. Each city has its own unique feel. The hustle and bustle of New York is a far cry from the serene beauty of Kyoto. The vibrant colors of Rio de Janeiro are starkly different from the crisp, clean lines of Stockholm. Each city, with its unique combination of architecture, culture and people, provides a unique experience that cannot be replicated elsewhere. Now let's bring this back to consciousness. According to the exclusion principle, every conscious experience is unique and specific, excluding all others. Just as New York is not Kyoto, the experience of tasting a sweet apple is not the same as smelling a fragrant rose. Each conscious moment is a unique blend of sensory inputs, thoughts and emotions, even if some elements seem similar or overlapping. What this means is that consciousness isn't a generic one-size-fits-all phenomenon. It's not a simple sum of its parts. It's a complex, dynamic and unique integration of information. Each conscious experience is a one-of-a-kind assembly of information, much like each city is a one-of-a-kind assembly of buildings, people and culture. This principle of exclusivity gives us a new perspective on consciousness. It's not just about the quantity of integrated information, but also about the quality and uniqueness of each conscious experience. This is why consciousness is such a rich and intricate phenomenon full of depth and subtlety. In the same way, every city offers a unique experience. Every conscious moment is a unique integration of information, a one-of-a-kind city of the mind. The city of consciousness, then, is a bustling, interconnected web of unique experiences. The integrated information theory gives us a map to navigate this city, highlighting the importance of integrated information and the network of interactions that constitute consciousness. It's not simply about the number of connections, but how they integrate information, much like the well-designed infrastructure of a city. IoT also offers a unique approach by attempting to quantify consciousness, akin to using data metrics to assess a city's functionality. However, just as no two cities are identical, each conscious experience is unique and excludes all others. While IIT provides a valuable framework for understanding consciousness, it is just one of several theories and remains a subject of ongoing research and debate. Our consciousness is definitely a complex issue that we're still striving to fully comprehend. It can be compared to a bustling city of experiences that has its own unique charm and complexity. Understanding this landscape could be more difficult than we imagine. Thank you for watching this video. Hope to see you soon. Goodbye.